Hey guys, it's MO-Tutoring here. I'm going to tell you how to get an A star in C3 and C4. Alright, so the main book I used was the A2 Core Mathematics book for Edexcel. This book was so helpful. I made sure to do every review exercise question, examination questions, and made sure to do all the sample exam papers. The book's very large, and there are many exercise questions in there. Don't feel obliged to do every single one. Just pickpocket the ones which you find difficult. Alright, the Edexcel AS and A-level modular mathematics books, they were really helpful. I mainly used these towards the end, close to exam period. I made sure just to do the review exercise questions, examination questions, the sample exam papers. It's just matters about practice, about doing as many different types of questions as you can. So when you do them past papers, you don't get caught out. You can be like, I've seen that question before, or a similar type of question to that. Past papers and how to use them effectively. So what I did, I made sure to do all the Solomon past paper questions and worksheets. With the Solomon past paper questions, although they're very difficult, they're very helpful, and if you can get 90% plus in them, you're ready. Just make sure you work hard and don't give up with the harder questions and just stick at them. Secondly, with the worksheets, same, don't feel obliged to do every question, just pick out the questions which you find difficult. Alright, secondly, try and do all the normal Edexcel past papers, including the IL papers. Same reason, you just need to do as many different type of questions as possible. The IL papers are fantastic. They're a little bit more difficult, but overall, they're very helpful. Alright, when you get a question wrong, don't be too quick to look at mark sheet. Don't give up. Even if you have to spend half an hour on a question, so be it. Remember, the more time you spend on a question, the less likely you are to get the method to solve that question. So, fourthly, record the questions you got wrong and its solutions. So if you got a question wrong, write it down on a piece of paper, put that in a folder, and look at it before an exam. It just jogs in memory. And try and identify where you got the question wrong. For example, if you made a silly mistake because it didn't show you steps, write a little tip, show it every single step. Alright, there's no need to repeat past papers if you score 90% more. The reason for that is that you're just wasting your time, and you can use that to do other questions or study for other exams. Just make sure you understand the question you got wrong, and just review it in the folder again. Alright, tips and tricks. For me, this is the most important tip, because pretty much 80% of a past paper could be checked in a C3, C4 paper. So what I did is that I got the answer I got. For example, for trig, I'll get the degree, sub it back into the equation, and made sure that it came to an answer close to 0, or 0 itself. So if it's like 1.6 times 10 to the minus 5, that's pretty much right, because you would have rounded it to one decimal place most likely. So the reason why checking is so important is because you're going to be doing so many steps for some of these questions, so easy to mess up. Secondly, get a graphical calculator. So helpful. This just helps with the checking, because you can solve differentiation equations by finding the gradient. Like, you can find the gradient of a curve, and then you can just check it with the way you've solved it. You can't do it in an algebraic sense, but you can solve it in a sense that'll give you a numerical value. Same with integration. You can just check your answer, and if you know you haven't got the same answer as the calculator, you can just quickly check and make sure and identify that mistake. Organization. So what I mean by this is show every single step in a clear, orderly fashion, and if you're using identities, put them to the right in a little corner. Write down all the identities you need to use. This is so helpful. Same reason again. You're just writing so much in one page. It can be easy to lose track and make little mistakes. You're trying to minimize this. Always draw a diagram for vector questions. So important. Show every step. And maths is about practice. Just try to do every different type of question you can. The more you practice, the better. So when you do an exam, you don't get caught out by that one hard question. You're prepared for it because you've seen it before. This is a checklist I made. If you did all these, by the end of the year, before your exam, you should be nice already. You should feel confident, and you should be at the stage where if you get a question wrong in a past paper, you'll be pretty annoyed because you put in so much work. So do all the past papers, including Solomon, do all the difficult questions, Solomon worksheets, do all of the review exercise, examination questions, and sample exam papers in the A2 Core Mathematics, the Edexcel book. Same for the Edexcel AS and A-level module books. try to do a minimum of 30 minutes of maths a day. Just think about that free period you got, just do 30 minutes of math, and you should be nice and prepared. It might seem like a lot, but it's definitely doable. If he says getting an A-star is easy, just make sure you work hard. If you got any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer. Alright, keep working hard. Like, and peace.